Hello, this is Tom Knox with another CareFamily.com quick tip. Taking the keys from mom or dad. Do you remember getting your first set of car keys? I do. Remember that independence you felt when you could get away from the house and at times get away from your family? Well, not surprisingly, one of the toughest days in a senior's life is when their keys are taken away and that feeling of independence is totally lost. You know, I find seniors get more upset and depressed over this issue than almost any other life change. According to the American Academy of Family Physicians, family members who are concerned about a loved one's ability to drive should immediately take action to assess the situation. But you know, some of us feel we can tell just by being in the front seat. Either way, it's good to look at the following factors when doing this. First of all, assess their recent driving history. Have they had multiple accidents? Sometimes you could tell by noticing dents in the fenders. Also, get the opinions of others who have driven with them. Second, be receptive of what mom and dad may say when you broach this topic. It's a hard one, but sometimes they may express their own concerns about safety, which can open the door to suggestions and a plan of action. Third, ask the primary care doctor to review the medications, which is always a good idea. They may see that there's contradictions or overdoses or illnesses that may impact their ability to drive. You know, if it is determined that continuous driving could be dangerous to them or to others, here are some tactful steps you can take in having this conversation. First, utilize the physician. You know, often a senior is more willing to hear from their doctor than they are from you, especially on this subject. And the physician may be able to help with the conversation and develop a plan, or worst case scenario, maybe contact the DMV. 2, possibly consider, with the advice of a physician, limited driving. You know, this could mean only driving in the day or during non-rush hour traffic, or only to known local locations like the hairdresser or the shopping store or the grocery store. Third, keep the car but remove the keys. You know, sometimes there's a psychological advantage to keeping the car in the driveway or in the garage. I find immediately selling or removing the vehicle can be so upsetting and cause major arguments. So keeping the car can help. 4, you may want to consider getting a driver or a caregiver. Often the best solution is for getting someone to come over and take mom out on errands. Tell her the caregiver's like her own chauffeur, someone who can keep her out and keep her independent, and it can be really enjoyable. Also, many communities have senior driving assessment centers where they can actually test the ability to drive. Also, if you can convince your loved one to go, you could go to the DMV and take a driving test. The result of that test could be your answer. For more information on seniors and driving, go to CareFamily.com.